Christopher Walken talks funny. That's something that almost everyone knows about him. Is it a dialect or something else? No matter what it is, it's been used as material for a lot of characters, from your silly uncle to almost the whole cast of Saturday Night Live. You're on the road. Are you driving? No, I'm going to walk. But Walken has made it clear many times that his rhythm is real, even if you think it's just a show. It also has something to do with the working-class immigrant family where he grew up. In 2012, Walken told CBS News that his mother, Rosalie, came to New York from Glasgow, Scotland in the 1930s. His father, Paul, on the other hand, came from Germany and became a baker in the Queens neighborhood of Astoria. Like many of Paul's neighbors, the Walkens, he learned English as a second language and spoke it with a clear accent. You may have seen Walken let loose in the music video for Fat Boy Slim's Weapon of Choice. That's not the only time he's shown off his dance moves, though. In fact, it might be more true to call him a dancer who became an actor by accident, rather than an actor who dances sometimes. He even learned under Danny Daniels, a choreographer who won a Tony Award, and danced with Liza Minnelli and other famous people. Then, could you see that she had it? Yes, of course. Another thing is that Walken's stage name, Christopher, came from a Belgian cabaret singer that he used to appear with. He told IndieWire in 2015 that he doesn't dance nearly as much as he used to. His dancing shoes are still somewhere, though. His most recent roles that required quick feet were Wilbur Turnblad in Hairspray, 2007, and Captain Hook in Peter Pan Live, 2014. Walking Dead actor Christopher Walken doesn't get along well with horses, which has caused some trouble at work, like when he played the Headless Horseman in the 1999 movie Sleepy Hollow. Since the movie took place at the start of the 1800s, horses were pretty much everywhere. It was said that Walken agreed to sit on one, but he just couldn't move around on them. A body double has had to get on a horse in some of Walken's movies with horses to finish a shot. Other sets have gotten around his fear with smart tech. A mechanical horse was used to film the riding scenes in Sleepy Hollow. It is said to be the same horse that Elizabeth Taylor used in 1944's National Velvet. For the 1985 James Bond movie A View to a Kill, a similar method was used. You can see why Walken is scared if you've ever been close to a horse and seen how big and wild they can be. The actor has admitted, though, that the trouble is with him. In 2016, he told The Guardian, "Even the most grown-up people were once kids." It might sound crazy to think of Christopher Walken as a chubby-cheeked child star. When Ronnie Walken was 10 years old, he still went to auditions with his older brother Ken and younger brother Glenn. He would still use his given name. The brothers got so busy that they had to go to the Professional Children's School in Manhattan, which is for working and would-be child actors. In 1992, Walken told the New York Times that in the 1950s, many live shows were filmed close to the Walken family home in Queens. This made it easy for a lot of kids from the area to get into the growing business. Walken has often said that his playing career after that was like having a regular job, though he has also said that acting at such a young age might have been a little strange. Ronnie Walken didn't just want to be an actor or dancer when he was young. He also wanted to work in show business. In fact, in his early days in show business, he would sometimes bring in a real, live lion. Kind of. That might sound pretty dangerous, but Walken says he was never really in danger. He was 16 years old at the time and working as a junior lion tamer during the summer. He told IndieWire in 2015 that it was fake because the real lion tamer who ran the small circus dressed up like he had a son when he didn't. But I had the same outfit, and he would do this big act with a dozen big cats. Then young Walken would show up for the big ending. "I would come in with my whip and go like that," he said. "The lion would sit up." She was more like a dog, though. She was very nice, so it wasn't really lion taming. And yet, Walken did in fact get into the ring with a real lion when she was a teenager. Thankfully, the lion never turned on her co-star. The next line may sound a little strange, but it's going to go anyway. What Christopher Walken's exact relationship with the moon is like is not very clear. He said some things about Earth's main satellite in the past that don't worry us much. In 1973, he told the magazine After Dark that he had been a moon worshipper for a long time, though he also said that his devotion had waned a bit. He said, "I had that for a few years, and then it went away. Even though I stayed close to the moon, I no longer make myself unhappy about her." After that, he changed his tune and joked with the Times in 2022, "No, I didn't worship the moon." Let's end that. There is still some doubt about whether Walken really did have some kind of faith connection with the moon. After all, it might have been just a weird joke. He also said that Christopher Walken is a bit of a homebody, but he still likes to look up at the stars from time to time. He doesn't really never leave the house. After all, he does need to go outside once in a while if he wants to keep working as an actor. Some skilled entertainers seem to get a lot of energy from the fast-paced world of fame, but he doesn't seem to. The fact that Watkins is wary of horses, cars, and planes might explain this. He has also said that he doesn't like going to places where people drive fast on the left side of the road. In fact, he told his wife that when they go to London, they should just stay in the hotel. And sometimes he doesn't want to go to openings that are in other countries. But this way of life may be less about fear and more about enjoying peace. In 2012, Walken told the St. Louis Post-Dispatch that he likes living in rural Connecticut because it is quiet. He said it this way, "For Walken, staying home is much better than the other option." He even said, "It's like going to another planet." Working as an actor can be tough, especially if you need to make enough money to eat and pay your rent. But Walken doesn't seem to be living on the edge anymore. His net worth is said to be in the tens of millions of dollars, so he can live in the country in Connecticut without any problems. It's not clear why he steals clothes all the time. Allow me to be clear. Walken is not stealing from his nearby Target. It's more likely that he's taking advantage of hidden benefits at work, as he told The Independent back in 2010. But it looks like some crew members know about Watkins's sneaky habit. For example, he had already chosen a few clothes that he wore as the stylish bad guy Max Schreck when shooting for Batman Returns ended in 1992. But when he got back to his changing room, he saw that the costume department had quickly gone through and found the cufflinks, ties, and other items he had marked for himself. It seemed like everything was gone. "They knew I was coming. We can't really stay away from technology these days since we live in the year 2025. How else are you going to do your work? Keep in touch with friends and family and have fun." However, Christopher Walken is one of the few people who does things in a unique way. We can tell Walken isn't a total Luddite because he doesn't destroy companies for fun. He has gone to great lengths to avoid technology, though. According to him, he was just old enough to ignore things like that, which is why he's never had a cell phone, among other things. It's hard to believe that someone has never texted or emailed anyone. But Walken is sure that's what happened. He is sometimes given a cell phone on set, but he says it's more of a tracking device and that he doesn't even know how to use it to make a call. It looks like the best way for Walken to avoid technology is to ask other people to use their phones for him. That's pretty much it. "My wife has a computer and knows how to do these things." Walken has a special bond with Elvis Presley that began with being turned down. In 2022, the star told the New York Times that when he was a teenager, he asked a girl named Janice to go to a dance, but she said that her boyfriend probably wouldn't like that. Then she showed him a picture of a good-looking man who looked a lot like someone he knew. Walken remembered telling her, "Wait a minute, that's not a picture." You cut that out of a magazine. I want to dance with you. What is this? What are you talking about? She then told them the truth. Yes, he is this singer. I love him so much, and his name is Elvis. Janis and Walken did go to the dance, but Walken became closer to the rock star than Janis with anyone else. He agreed that Elvis was great. I wish I knew Elvis. I'm sure he was nice. It was that night that I watched Elvis that he made a big scandal when they only shot him from the waist up. Walken even played Elvis in a play called Him That Was Not on Broadway in 1994. That's kind of where the show took place, and one of the other characters was Presley's twin brother, who died before he was born. Critics didn't like the play at all. The New York Times review called it woozily conceived. Still, Watkins' interest in and love for Elvis have stayed strong, even though the review hurt. He told the Times that he thought Elvis needed a good wife who would tell him enough. He was unique. He was different. Elvis was so sad.